Hello, hello, hello there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to today's reading. Sunfire 369, also known as Letty Speaks. So today we're taking a look at what is being aligned in the stars for you. And we will be diving into a few oracle decks to see what Spirit has to say, what's being aligned for you. And then we'll also tap into the tarot as well. Thank you for stopping by. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe so that you can get notification when new content is posted. Also like, share, comment. All of that helps to further the expansion of this channel, and so all activity is appreciated. Also, if you feel like donating, you want to help the cause of the channel or support it, that's also an option. All of that will be down below in the description box. You are more than welcome. I'm appreciative of every way that support comes in. Even just being here watching this is supporting, and so thank you so much. I appreciate it. So let's jump in. Let's see what is being aligned in the stars for you. So our first card is Yasigi, Live Out Loud. Very colorful card. Let's see. So this Live Out Loud card brings the energy. Let me see, make sure the light is right for us. Okay. I don't want too much light to offset the overall light coming forward. So okay, I'll just lay it there. That way there's not a lot of shine on it. So yeah, let's jump in. So Yasigi brings the energy of living out loud. There is a freedom of expression coming forward. Free-spirited is what I'm feeling. What's being aligned here is the ability to openly express. There's something that needs to be said or expressed. And so there's the guiding of sharing your voice and your magic, and to express your you-ness, your uniqueness. Even though it doesn't always make others happy, it doesn't have to. It's okay, and it's not meant to. But to live out loud and to express yourself means something different for everyone. You know, whether that's dancing on tables or screaming your point of view as an extrovert, or whether it's speaking in other ways and saving the louder parts for others as introverts. What's being aligned here is the ability to openly express. That could also be in the way that you present yourself. Just seeing how she's very uniquely dressed, very colorful, very eclectic. And so the energy of self-expression is being aligned right now. So for some of you, the stars may be aligning a space for you to be openly expressive without apology. We have Lilith, talking about the shadow and facing it. So for Lilith, let's see. This is the energy and the space to heal. And this could have something to do with like emotions or things that you consider taboo, so that you can step into the light and express. This is definitely not that very submissive energy. This is the energy of liberation. Even in the midst of a very suppressive environment. This could very well represent the dark feminine energy as well. It's a provoking energy. Yeah. So it's very interesting because Lilith she's actually from the Jewish mythology. And she was actually known as the first created woman, right? Lilith. And also refused to take the submissive role under Adam in the Garden of Eden. And so, liberating her wings, Lilith flew back to her Mesopotamian homelands. And she was considered a dark, deep force of feminine energy, provoking those who misunderstand her. And the patriarchy has actually painted her as corrupt and dangerous. But that's because she's actually a transformative feminine powerhouse, right? It's almost like the energy of trying to control and manipulate the energy, right, that she emits. And so Lilith's symbols are actually the owl for wisdom, and also the snake for the chakra healing and spiritual sexual awakening. And so it's almost the energy to really be able to write your own story, or, carry your own narrative and not allow others who misunderstand you to come in and try to narrate your story, right? And so face your shadow with Lilith is actually asking you to dig in and not be afraid to really solicit your own narrative, write your own story. Don't let people come in and speak for you or draw a picture of you that is not actually representative of what it is that you are, or whatever it is that you are desiring to express or desiring to experience, right? This is your story. This is your story, even though parts of it may seem dark. And I say seem because, again, part of that is from those that may want to come in and tarnish the image, right? Or tarnish the actual purpose that you are trying to establish in the earth. But it's not allowing that, and being okay with every part of yourself and not feeling like you have to hide it away just because others don't understand it. And so you're being guided and you're being given the space to actually be free and open, so that there's nothing that's hidden from view, being openly expressive. I feel like this card actually shows that there's a point of arrival of significant transformation from what used to be into what is. And this space is being guided, it's being aligned for this coming to a crossroads. To this coming of a crossroads where you'll have to really make a decision to step out and not be afraid of the shadow side. Your spirit vibrates with secret powers and energies of old. And this wisdom actually yearns to be shared and used for rebirth of souls. And it could be directed towards the feminine soul, but I don't feel like it has to be only towards one particular type of person. The only way to really access this particular energy that you are being aligned for is to face your shadow side. And what the shadow side is, it's everything that is within you. Everything that's been censored, everything that's been stifled and denied, your deep-seated rage. This is your crippling shame and your fear, your fathomless fear, those traumas and wounds and feelings of unworthiness, all of that. Because you've labeled these feelings as taboo. And you've never been able to really accept and work through them, possibly. And so the stars are aligning this crossroads for you to actually free yourself from the shadow side. Yeah. And I feel like this is what Lilith is bringing for us. What else is being aligned for us in this moment? Ooh, the call of the muse. The call of the muse. Whenever I see this card, this speaks immediately of some creative talent or some creative gift that needs to be unleashed. This is definitely creative expression, or being in that flow of creativity, tuning into inspiration and allowing creativity without being like self-conscious. Yeah. It's an invitation to create, however that flows for you. It could be writing, journaling, it could be music, it could be dancing, it could be painting, it could be skitting. And it's doing it and serving what it is that you have to offer to the divine. This could feel very intensely personal. But during this process, your ego and self-identification, interestingly, are the most unnecessary parts of this flow, of this energy here. It's acknowledging and tapping into even a deeper aspect. And we could even say that we have nothing to do with that flow of creativity that comes when we do that. Though we feel like we are the author of it, can we really say that we are the source of the creation, of the inspiration? There's another card that this is pointing back to. It's a card called Creative Genius. And this talks about this energy that we tap into that allows this. It's almost like a channeling that happens of creativity when we submit to it and open up to it and acknowledge that there's more that's needed past what we can do. And at that point, it's opening up to allow creative genius, the spirit, to actually flow through us and take us further than what we're able to take ourselves. The creativity is actually stemming from another, what we would call a spirit guide, or what this is calling the muse. Just like a genius would need to partner with the intellect, so does the muse. Yeah, so does the muse need you to open your heart and to allow the flow of magic through your intuition and emotions. It's almost the energy of not seeing yourself as the center of the process, instead seeing yourself as a partner in a creative dance, or even the instrument of creativity. Seeing yourself as the instrument of creativity. Yeah. And so this is being aligned, this experience of greater creativity to flow through you. And I feel like you are being positioned as the instrument of that creativity. I do. And then we have from our chakra deck, I always like to check in with the energies as well. The sky messenger, freedom, right? So much in alignment, you know. Let go of restrictions and set yourself free. Set yourself free. Though I feel like this has a lot to do with your crown chakra. This is like what's going on in your mind. It also is rooted. I see root chakra colors. I see solar plexus. I see sacral chakra. Even heart. You know, there's a mixture of all the chakras here. So, Sky Messenger freedom. Let's see. Definitely in line with what we're talking about. Freeing yourself. Yeah. Letting go of restrictions and setting yourself free. Setting yourself free. It's almost like the wind, being able to just flow with what's coming through at any moment. Definitely the mandala forming on the throat chakra, being able to speak freely as well and express yourself. Putting yourself in a space of expansion. Greater freedom unfolding within you. I feel like we live in a time where things are easier than ever, but at the same time, with things like technology, it's being made easier than ever, but also restricting at the same time. We spend less time daydreaming. or, coming into open spaces in the sky. And we spend more time in restrictive activities like being glued to a screen, constantly being drawn in to be slave to schedules and phones and calendars and commitments. Yeah, pointing to the throat chakra as being a very small space, but it has the potential to expand beyond our ability to even perceive. And this expansion is the energy of all freedom that we all desire. The ability to open and just let go of all of the binds that hold us back and dull our inner light. So for whoever this is for, I feel like there's been like a craving of more freedom in your life experience. And you may be needing to just basically look around and see where you've been confined or restricted by your own free will. Sometimes it's not even outward energies restricting us. Sometimes it's all in the mind. It's reminding me of a picture that I saw once of a horse that was strapped down to a chair by a rope, right? Not realizing that the horse carries so much horsepower that it could drag that chair anywhere it wanted to go, but in its mind, it sees the chair as restricting it. It doesn't understand that it's more powerful than the chair, and it has the ability to bring the chair with it wherever it wants to go. It's that kind of energy. Yeah. But you're being aligned in this energy of being free. And the things that you once thought were restricting, you may in fact come to realize that they never were. It was all in your mind. So I feel like there is an opening, there's an alignment of an opening of the element of space where you are being invited to move beyond what was old and worn out in your life while you find this new truth that's going to just really give you the space and the ability to open up and set yourself free. Set yourself free. That's what this is. You being set free. The alignment of the stars for you is towards freedom, acceptance. Part of that is radically being able to accept right now, this moment, this time where you are, so that you can open the flow. It's just accepting yourself as you are. Right? And as all of these have been talking about, not having to feel like you need to hide any part of yourself, not letting anyone else shame that either. Understanding that you have all the help that you need to open up and pour out what it is that's always been inside of you. Even in ways that you've yet to realize and you've yet to understand. It's accepting that there's a lot that you still may not understand or know, but it's being aligned right now. Radical acceptance is making no excuse for the present moment, just accepting it, whatever it presents. And embrace stillness. Another one of my favorites. Embrace stillness, the lotus flower opening up, right? Embrace the energy of allowing yourself the time and the space to disconnect from everything so that you can pour back into yourself and allow yourself to be poured into. Allow yourself to enter into that door in your mind when you get quiet that actually opens up the reality of limitlessness. That opens up the potential for impossibilities to be possible. Embracing stillness gives us that possibility. Stillness itself is an alchemy stone. It transforms the impossible to the possible, the limits to the limitless, right? If you're seeking to know the wildest expanse of your truest power or discover the true home of your deepest belonging, get still. Get quiet, embrace stillness, and then listen. And I pulled some T cards because I wanted to find out a little bit more information, maybe some details that will give us some hints and help you to understand if this is talking to you. I feel like you already know, though. Yeah. So we have rabbit here, vase, whale, and bread. So just generally speaking, for some, there is a level of prosperity and abundance that's being aligned for you. And it may, in fact, have something to do with this liberation that's also happening simultaneously, or this level of creativity or expression, and standing in your power, right? There's a level of, or a period of prosperity, I feel like, where you won't be able to contain it. It's going to be so much. You won't need or ask for anything. All of your needs will be provided for. And so if you are worrying, you're being guided not to. For some, you could be dealing with someone who admires you. Maybe you don't even realize your own beauty or your own uniqueness and potential in whatever it is that you're doing. There's someone that does see it, the beauty that you hold, the uniqueness that lies on you and within you. And for some, there could be a lot of just overactive energy that needs to be brought into subjection of your true power. This could be passionate energy, could be sexual energy, but it needs to be honed in, because sexual energy is actually a very creative energy when it's used in the right way. When it's misused, it's just power that's, imagine a balloon that's blown to its capacity and then you just let it go and it just, goes everywhere. The air inside of it is actually it's lost. It no longer holds the potential that it had while it was being contained in the balloon to actually rise and lift the balloon up, or to actually cause the balloon to take up space, right? It's almost like when it's misused or not used correctly, or when it's just given out without any purpose, it's just gone. It loses its power, its potential. And it's the same with sexual energy. Sexual energy is actually a very potent manifestation energy. And so there may be a need to attend to that for someone that's watching here. There may be a need to attend to that. Okay. And then next we're going to go into our tarot cards that we have pulled. And give us more information about what the stars are aligning for us. And we have the Ten of Materials, the Queen of Voices, and the Two of Inspiration. So with the Ten of Pentacles, this is the welcoming of abundance on the way. The Ten of Pentacles usually represents material success, family, happiness, harvest season, being in a position to help others, building a legacy. It even could talk about community engagement, building a dynasty, right? And so for someone, this is what's being aligned is blessings in that way. Blessings of love and hope through gifts of, nurturing sustenance, health and vitality, prosperity, happiness, and joy. Legacies of material essences, windows of wealth that will actually benefit not only one person, but a whole community moving forward as well. And so this is the energy of being in a position to be a blessing and offering a table possibly of blessing to others that may not be as fortunate. And so someone has the abundance that is moving or being aligned for them right now. And then we have the Queen of Swords, which is this very equipped, very capable, noble energy. I feel like this is definitely the energy paired with this abundance that's flowing. This may in fact be the energy that's needed, in light of what is coming your way. Very strategic thinking, very witty and intelligent, someone that gives good advice and clear communication, someone that's very, has a lot of clarity and is able to see through things that may not be as straightforward as it's presented. This is a very wise energy. Yeah. And so this may in fact be what is aligning for you. Definitely very equipped energy. This is someone who is able to carry on very effective conversation, very able to conversate on a higher level. Someone who carries herself very confidently. This could be someone that others may feel a little intimidated by, depending on what energy or what it is that's being reflected at the time. Yeah, so this very well could be the energy that you're stepping in light of what's coming towards you. I feel like to whom much is given, much is required. So there's a level of responsibility that comes with a position, such a great position. There's a need to be able to maintain it effectively. Yeah. And so I feel like with the two of inspirations, there are definitely options coming your way, seeking new paths for yourself and moving past your comfort zone. So there's going to be opportunities to really up level and upgrade and to continue your mission or your journey of growth. There's the energy coming in of desiring new experiences and activating, potential to be able to step out. And there could also be just energies flowing your way, as we were talking about that creative genius. There could be energies flowing in, giving you new ideas and creative ideas, and giving you that thirst for expression that we talked about, and manifesting it. So not only is it going to be enough to have it come to fruition within you, there's a desire and alignment coming in for you to want to manifest that out openly. This is seeing your desires out on the horizon and manifesting the arrival of these opportunities by activating them first in your heart and in your thoughts, right? She's looking out. So it's looking for it to come in. Yeah. And so this is what is being aligned in this moment. Yeah, let's see if there's any challenges with this coming out energy. So let's see. We have the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords again. Yeah. So the Eight of Wands brings the energy of movement. I feel like this is talking about being able to move and trust yourself. When these ideas are brought to you, or when these moments of inspiration, it's moving on them, understanding that they're being brought into your consciousness or into your influence in order to position you and motivate you for movement, to move on them. And I don't feel like it's going to be anything that's like overly weighty or challenging. This is going to be something right in line with what you do. It's going to be like flow energy. You're being asked to flow into it. Yeah. And so in terms of challenges, this could be just allowing yourself the freedom to flow, not necessarily feeling like it has to be perfect or it has to come out a certain way, right? But releasing yourself from all of the expectations and just allowing yourself to enjoy flowing and being able to move at the whim of creativity. That could be the challenge. That could be the challenge, especially if I'm speaking to someone who likes things in a certain way or likes to feel like it's complete or that it's perfect. This is not that. This is being free from all of that. Free to just express with no expectation on the other side. The expression itself is the expectation. Okay. And with the Nine of Pentacles, this definitely brings in independent energy. And as a challenge, that could be a challenge, especially as it pertains to the possibility of working with someone, including your spirit guides or your spirit team, right? It's letting go of, again, your ability to kind of control. Like I could be speaking to someone who likes to work alone. I'm that way too, because it releases me from any like obligation, towards anybody else. All I have to worry about is myself. But there's a challenge there, even with in the spiritual way, being able to trust others, being able to trust yourself, being able to trust your spirit team in that way. Being overly self-sufficient is this energy could present a challenge, and there could be ways of needing to overcome that and release yourself from that, from having to feel that way, and be open to try, to allow yourself to not only need, but to be needed as well. And the Queen of Swords, but this Queen of Swords, I feel like, is in the challenge position as opposed to the last one. So in this position, it could present not being assertive enough. I feel like it's letting you know you're stepping into a position. Things are being aligned where your assertiveness is going to be your best friend. It's going to serve as a level not only of protection, but as a means of communication, just to really let people understand where you're coming from and the seriousness that you carry. And so there's the need to allow yourself to enter into this energy of being assertive and expressing yourself, not being too shy or not willing to, express what it is that you need or what you mean, and whether or not something sits right. The other interesting thing with the Queen of Swords is there's a level of expertise almost with communication and being able to sit down and really talk about anything. There's like a level of connection that the Queen of Swords brings. And so I feel like for someone, the challenge may be just connecting with people with ease, being able to really communicate efficiently on a professional level, or even on a more intimate level. Just having your ideas and your thoughts translated effectively is the energy that the Queen of Swords sits in. And I feel like for someone, that may be something that presents a bit of a challenge or issues, especially if you are someone who says one thing, but for some reason it's translated as something else, and there's like a level of miscommunication that comes through, and it was totally off from your intention, but it was received in that way. And so I don't know why I'm getting that energy, but that could be a level of challenge, something that can definitely present. Lastly, let's find out what it is that Spirit wants you to take away from this message. And we have the Ace of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. I feel new energy coming in here. Baby, this is a new season. I feel overall, though, from what I have read, this is really about higher levels of expression and communication. This is really freeing or a liberation of the deepest parts of who you are. It's almost like sitting it on a hill and just letting it shine. I got a lot of throat chakra energy, expansion, and speaking of your truth. And so let's see. And now we have the Ace of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So what is it that Spirit wants you to take away from this reading today? Definitely the energy of being inspired to creation. I feel like there's a pointing towards creation. It's definitely a time for a fresh start. That's what I'm getting here. And through creative energy. Yeah, and there's like a defying of gravity as well, allowing the lightness like to help you to expand your horizons. And understanding too that dreaming isn't restricted to nighttime. Like you can dream in the broad daylight as well. Any time of day you can actually dream. And this pink ribbon is the energy of a sense of rootedness and flow from the deepest parts of your being is what I'm feeling. I'm going to jump over here to the Ace of Swords before we go to the Page of Swords, because it has a lot of similarities to the Ace of Wands. I feel like both of them are pointing to new beginnings. Now, this is a new beginning in creativity and the flowing of that energy. The Ace of Swords is a new beginning with mental clarity and insight. This can signify breakthrough, movement, and it also isn't always easy. Sometimes it's seeking the clarity to get to the heart of things. And so both of these energies are bringing in brand new energy. So what I feel like Spirit is wanting you to take away is that you're entering into a new season. This is a new season of power and clarity and a flow of your creativity where you are being released. If you felt held back in the past, you are being released and actually pushed forward out into the forefront. Okay, and the Page of Swords is actually bringing in alertness and clarity as well. It's almost the energy of standing and being ready to deal with whatever comes. Like you have been equipped for that. Like this lion is standing acutely, on alert, sword on the back, not drawn, but just, capable of dealing with whatever comes this way. Definitely a force to be reckoned with, as you can see the sternness presented in her posture or in his posture. And that sword adding the level of protection. Sword represents truth, being able to cut through illusions and, anything that doesn't present truth. Dishonesty, It's the energy of being ready and willing and equipped to face problems head on. And so that's what I feel like Spirit is wanting you to pull from this energy coming in that's being aligned for you. You are being prepared for something. You're being prepared to show up, possibly how you've never shown up before. And you're being equipped for this position you're being placed in. Okay. And to end off this reading, I want to just pull one last card. So it says It's time to own your own regal magnificence. Step out of victimhood once and for all and own the full potency of your gifts. The days of playing small are over. Rise up and accept your rightful place upon the throne of heaven and earth and ask yourself. And when you ask yourself, really think about this question. If I were the CEO of the universe, what might I do? Be and create. That's the question. If you really had an understanding of what you were capable of in this lifetime, what would it be? And so that's what I had for you for this reading. Thank you for stopping by. I hope this presented something that is inspirational and encouraging as you move forward. This definitely was encouraging for me. Again, if you like the content, go ahead and like, share, comment if you feel led. How did it relate to you? I'd love to hear about that. And so subscribe as well. If this is your first time, welcome. If it wasn't your first time, welcome back. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. It does help the channel to grow. And all of that does, liking, sharing, commenting, even just being here energetically actually helps. And so I appreciate that so very much. And so with that being said, this is what I had. What the stars are aligning for you, or what is being aligned in the stars for you. Until next time, take care of yourselves. All right. Bye.